Keith Arnatt was a conceptual artist. He died in 2008 at the age of 78. He's probably best known for his television interference project called Self-Burial. But I'm more interested here in his photographic series of works. One of his series from the 1970s was called Walking the Dog. These are just a few examples. What a brilliantly simple idea. There's the old saying that dogs grow to resemble their owners, but I think Arnatt's photos prove the opposite is also true. This is what I call street photography. A.O.N.B, Area of Outstanding Natural Beauty. The title might be ironic, but I think there is an austere beauty in these images, and the composition is always impeccable. If the camera is moved just a few inches to the left or to the right, the tension of the image might be lost. Arnatt understands that beauty is not just a question of sunrises or mountain peaks reflected in water. It can also be a question of ambiguity, structure, balance, incongruity, texture, mood, pattern, and repetition. Keith Arnatt challenged what constitutes an acceptable subject for photographic inquiry. He asked us the question, what do we see? What do we perceive? What are our notions of what is ugly and what is beautiful? For example, Arnatt understands that taking a photograph transforms the scene, and in a way it transforms us at the same time. By taking a photograph, you are framing an infinitely small slice of life and holding it up for inspection so that a plastic bag caught in the long grass becomes the focal point of a formal composition. The insignificant detail, the detritus of life, becomes the object of your total attention during the time you look at this photograph, even if it's only for 30 seconds. That old tire, the most unimportant thing in the world, becomes the center of your undivided attention and reflection. Isn't this truly turning water into wine? These photographs from a rubbish tip take on the grandeur, not to mention the colour tonalities, of 18th century painting. And who needs a bronze by Rodin or a marble by Michelangelo when you have these lying around? Well, okay, I might be exaggerating somewhat, but I hope you take my point. Learning to see in an abstract way can liberate the way you see the world around you and opens up an infinite possibility for intriguing composition. This is the key thing, the most important thing. The ability to see in the abstract, to see a thing, an object, and to disassociate it, to take it out of its environment and to pluck it out of the flow of everyday perception, so that one is able to see a cardboard box as a monumental sculptural object. A rubbish tip becomes an art installation of incredible colour and form, and even a dog turd becomes a thing of genuine aesthetic interest. The ability to see pattern, form, light, shadow, rhythm, repetition in everyday banal situations is key for any artist. I don't see Keith Arnatt as some dry, intellectual, conceptual artist. I see him as someone who is deeply sensitive to his surroundings and who can marvel at the visual wonder that surrounds us everywhere, all the time, and who can help us do the same.